think it should just go off.
Okay.
Hi, welcome to Saturday Morning Coffee with Kim and Randy.
All right, we're not.
We still don't know what we're doing.
Well, we're little still.
We're kind of backwards today.
The reason is Kim's going to do a demo, so I'm stuck over here, which I'm not really used to because there's not a lot of room, and you can see that I'm bigger, but I need to be back here.
Just
And
need
then
to
I
move
need to
over
be over
here.
here.
Yeah.
But then
Anyway.
I'm running into you, so okay. So focus on her.
Good morning, everyone. Hi,
Hi.
Christine. Hi, Bertie, Bonita, Kathy, Linda. Oh my gosh, you guys are all up early today. So glad you're here to join us. Guess what? We are giving away some prizes today. So if you are here and you're watching us and you want to have a chance at winning, put a little comment in the section.
Yeah,
You guys
I
have
know.
already doing it, so you're all great. So we got three little prizes to give out today. I think you're going to like them. They're very cute. But anyway, we'll do that at the end of the show. So stick with us through it.
Okay, slow down so I can catch up.
Okay, I have to talk slower. I've been told I talk too fast. So I'm going to try to slow down today. I just get excited. So
It's like, but I'm going to slow down
I
today
know.
because I'm going to go. Okay.
then I slow down. Okay.
Okay.
Hey, did the texters like their sale this week that I sent out on you need a pen? That
Yeah.
I sent out on Thursday. The people who are signed up for our text messages, they get special sales on Thursday, Friday, and Saturdays. So if you're not signed up for our text messages, I would go ahead and go to the bottom of our first page on our website, and there's a little link there that says sign up for text messages. So go ahead and sign up, and you'll get in on some stuff that other people don't know about. So that's always kind of cool. So hi, Jackie. Hi, Shirley. Susan, good to see you today. So we're going to jump right in. I've got some stuff I want to show you on how I do a certain thing. May not be the way you do it, but it's how I do it. And so I thought I'd share it because you never know, it might help somebody. But now I've lost my place. See, this is what I do. Well, this is when you're supposed to fill in.
I'm supposed to jump in. Well, hey, how about that?
Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about quilting. I know a lot of you do quilt tops, and I don't know about you, but most of us always have quilt tops that are not quilted yet, and so we just kind of waiting for the right moment, or maybe you have to save up and pay a long arm quilter to do it and all that stuff. However you get your quilt tops quilted, just get them quilted. We have some methods that we use that I use here at the house when I have a small quilt that I don't want to send out to a long arm and everything. And then I found a new way of doing stuff last week that I knew it did it. I just hadn't tried it because I was intimidated by it. But now that I've done it, I like it. So I'm going to share that with you a little bit too. But if you like keeping your quilts at home and not having them to send out, there are ways that you can do that. I'm going to show you what I do, okay, which may not be what anybody else does, but this is what really works for me when I have a lap size quilt or something along that line that I need to get quilted up. So this is when he's going to get in the way, but that's okay.
Do you want me to stop writing and you won't
No,
talk about
you're
anything
good.
else? Okay.
When
so-
you're at home and you want to do your own quilt on your quilting, or do your own quilting on your quilt, you have a backing, correct? You have batting, and then you have the actual quilt top. So I'm going to show you the method that I use to get the three of those together to make my sandwich. And a quilt sandwich is just that: backing, batting, top. All right. So what I do at home here, I have an old cutting board that I bought years and years ago. I don't even want to think about it. I think it's when I was making clothes for my daughter. Because
this that
it was
thing
a
there?
cutting
Yeah.
thing, yeah. But
anyway,
I know it has been through a lot of military moves. I'll put it that way.
is
So-
that still available?
Yes, it is, and I do have some coming in actually next week. But this is a cutting board, and it's just a piece of cardboard. It folds up, and then it slides. I keep mine in my closet. It slides in between my clothes and stuff, and so it's out of the way. But when I need it, it will open up all the way to a 36 by
60.
60 foot board, or inch board. My God. I got a big quilt, but okay. But anyway, this opens up to that. I put this on my bed. I have a queen size bed. We put it back. I put it back there on top of that, and I open it up all the way so that it's there. Obviously, I can't open it here because we don't have room, and Randy's here.
Well, we could
So,
try.
I can't open it all the way.
Well,
but,
not all the way,
but yeah, you can kind of see how big it is. Okay, so I lay this down on my bed, and you're gonna have to. I got it. Yeah.
Okay.
So we tried to practice this. It wasn't very good. But anyway, so I lay this down on my bed. Pretend this is flat on my bed, okay? Then what I do, first thing you want to do, measure. I didn't want to forget to tell you that. You want to measure your quilt. You want to know exactly what size your quilt is when
This
you.
is mine.
It was
Yeah.
mine, then you took it, and now it's
well,
mine again.
Because look, I marked.
I know it.
Okay.
You marked my ruler or my thing. Anyway, so this is you measure your quilt. You always make sure you have your proper measurements so that you know what you need to get. Let go. Thank you. Okay. So I didn't want to forget mentioning that. So you measure your quilt. First thing that I do after I've measured it,
Here.
if my quilt is 50
Okay.
by 60.
Let me hold it over here.
Okay, if my quilt is 50 by 60, I want to go over about 4 or 5 inches all the way around. So you're going to want your backing to be 60 by 70 because that's going to give you 5 inches on all sides. All right, all 4 sides. And you need that extra batting. Okay, you're going to need that extra backing, and you'll see why. If you haven't done this, you'll see why.
I'll hold it.
If you have done it, then you know why.
Let me hold this. And you
What I do first is I will take my big backing piece and I will spread it out, spread my backing all over there, all over my back here. And then remember, this is on my bed, so I can walk around my bed and I can get to all the edges, and I want to make sure that's nice and flat. Next thing I do is I take my piece of batting, which is going to be approximately the same size as this piece of my backing, okay? So shake it out, put it down. So then you take it and you smooth it all out. You didn't shake today, so he's not smooth. So
Do you iron it?
no, I don't. Well, I do iron the back to get the creases out. I always press your quilt and make sure that you've got it nice and pressed. Then we're going to pretend this is my big quilt, okay? So the quilt's going to go just like that. I don't have the 5 inches around there. It'd be too hard to do that with just a little piece, but you get the picture. You've got to have a lot of space, backing and the batting, over and beyond what the size of the quilt actually is. Does that make sense? So you have this, all right? Now what I do is I take my 505 spray, which I love my 505 spray. Shake it up. Make sure you got your windows open. You don't want to get a buzz while you're doing this. So actually, it's not as bad as it used to be. It used to be really smelly, but they changed it. So what I do now is I take a corner and I peel it up just about, can you see it? Just about halfway up, all right? Then I spray this with the 505. I'm not going to spray it.
No, but are you going to make those noises when you do?
The can makes those noises. Yes. Well, actually, I do when I do it. But anyway, I do like a triangle in this corner, and then I take it, put it back, I smooth it all out, okay? Smooth it all out. Then I do this to the other corner. Obviously, because I've got some of that already stuck now, it's not going to come up all the way, so I just spray a little bit. I do that with all 4 corners. I'm never going to be 100% sure I got the middle of this 505 sprayed down, but it's going to be good enough for what I'm going to do next. Then I take safety pins, okay? And I will take my safety pins, and once I have this completely smoothed out, that is the trick, because you do not want to have a bubble or a little divot or whatever back there. That's kind of, you just want to make sure it's always smooth. Then you take your safety pin, and with this cardboard back, it's not going to let you dip into that, but you know you're going to get all 3 layers because you're going to hit that cardboard. So you put you put that in there, you do this, you hook it up.
Oh, my shoulder.
Oh, then this is what you do for the whole quilt, okay? Rule of thumb is you take your fist, and you don't want any size larger than your fist that does not have a safety pin on it. I know, it's a lot of pins, but you don't want that shifting when you're starting to do your quilting on it. You want it to stay firm, and that's going to help keep it firm. So then what you do, once you have it all safety pinned and everything, and the back is together. Then you decide how you're going to quilt it. Does that make sense? So, all right, I'll let you guys go. Let you go ahead and start writing again. So, hi, Candy. Hi, Sharon's here. Janelle, good to see you, Janelle. So, that's how I do my quilts at home. Now, once I got them all together and I've got them pinned, excuse me, then I decide how I'm going to quilt them. All right, I can free motion it, and I'm not very good at free motion, so I probably wouldn't do that. I could do like a stitch in the ditch and just do all my seams with the stitch in the ditch and do it that way. Moving the pins off of the area, obviously, where you're going to be quilting. If you're quilting in a certain section, you take all the pins out. You don't want to have that messing up with your machine. Won't be pretty, and then you'll be calling Randy for a visit. So, or you can do what I did this past week, which was I used the Baby Lock Solaris Vision, and I actually did edge to edge quilting on it. And first time I did it, I was a little intimidated by it because it's, you are when you get something new and you don't know really what you're doing, but you just go full steam ahead anyway and hope it works. So that's what I was doing. And I showed you a picture on Facebook if you saw it this week. But I did get my quilt quilted using I'd use that method with the bed and spreading everything out, and then I pinned it, and then I used it and I hooped one section at a time, and I did my free motion quilting.
So we're going to show the quilt now.
Yeah, y'all saw it on Facebook already and everything, but this is the quilt that I quilted, and I did it over the weekend, last weekend. PJ put the binding on it. This is a store sample. So, but all of this quilting in here was done on the Solaris Vision using the edge-to-edge program that they have on there. I was amazed. It was fun. I have to say, I had a good time doing it. It is a little bit, I don't want to say hard, but you have to be able to manhandle your quilt. That's why I don't think I'll ever do anything bigger than a lap size, because I don't think I can manhandle anything bigger than that. But it is perfect for doing small projects, table runners, little wall quiltlets and stuff like that. I will be using it quite a bit. I got 2 more quilts that I need to get quilted, and I think I will do them myself on the Solaris Vision. So, but that's another way that you can do that. Obviously, I know that some people cannot afford a Solaris Vision or a Brother Luminaire, because the Luminaires will do that also. But you do have other options too. You can get, if you have your quilt top done, you can do like Eleanor Burns does, and she says she quilts with her checkbook, which means that she sends her quilts out to get quilted. There is nothing wrong with that. So if that is not your forte, if you have no desire to learn to do that, do not ever feel bad about sending your quilt out to have it quilted. I would recommend you interview your long arm quilter if you've never used her before. Find out what she knows, what her experience is, what she would suggest to use for your quilt, what threads, what pattern, and all that stuff. This is something that you really truly want to have correct, because this is the next to the final step in having your quilt complete. So
I have a couple questions.
Okay. Are quilting pins better than safety pins? Go ahead. I was just going to say it's a matter of preference.
But I was going to pose the questions to you, and you were going to answer them instead of you just reading it and then just taking over the entire conversation. But that's okay. Someone is asking, I know we do it this way, aren't quilting pins better than safety pins?
It is a matter of preference. I like the big safety pins. I have horrible hands that don't cooperate. My mind says one thing and my hands do another. So I like the big safety pins.
Now the quilting pins, aren't they smaller or thinner?
I think they are thinner, and some of them come curved, which some people find that's very helpful when you're quilting, that they have the little curved pins. But find what works for you and what you're most comfortable with, and then use those.
Okay. Kathy likes glue-proof needles.
Oh, those are nice. Yes.
Okay.
I think they're non-stick needles is what they're called. But yeah, because sometimes the 505 doesn't gunk up your needle all that bad, but if you had enough of it or you oversprayed in an area, it's going to get a little gunky. So, but yeah, they have needles now that are specifically made for when you're using adhesive type of adhesive.
I, yeah.
Okay.
Janelle's asking, could you use it to make a whole cloth quilt?
Sure, why not? Yeah.
I would say yeah.
You mean use the Solaris or the Luminaire to make the quilt? Is that what you're talking about, or?
Yeah, we'll have to clarify that, but
Yeah,
I would say yes.
you definitely could. Yeah.
And then, of course, Rose Vesta quilt and your hoop. Yes, unfortunately, it would take you. It depends on what size you're going to use, but the Vesta is, the how big is that? That's
Yeah, I think
oh, I was
it's,
thinking. I'm sorry, I'm thinking the Verve. Yeah, the Vesta you could do that.
but yeah, but it's not going to be as easy. It does not have that edge to edge quilting program that the Solaris or the Luminaire has, and it does not have a camera or a laser pointer that helps you when you go to line up your quilts.
We've
But
done
it
that
is
before.
possible. You can
could
absolutely do it.
Quilting blocks, and basically what you do is you just go ahead and make several different blocks. You'd have the same design, and you just go ahead and stitch them out, lay your blocks out, and then you'd have to sew your blocks together. But yeah, you can make an entire quilt on a Vesta or any machine.
Yeah.
So-
Hi, Kim. My friend from Ohio's on. Hi, Kim. So it's good to see you today. So, but those are different options that you have for quilting. Like I said, if you're going to hire a long arm quilter, give them an interview, find out what they've done. They should have a portfolio of work they've done before, and then have them work with you to determine what threads you want and what pattern you want to use, what's going to work with your quilt. And it's all going to be different. There's not ever going to be the same thing. So there's no cookie cutter thing for this. Another option you have is take a free motion quilting class. Mrs. Moo teaches a very thorough and intense free motion quilting class, and by the time you're done, you will know what you're doing. I've seen results of her students who have taken this class, and they blow me away with what they can do and what they've learned from her class. So if you like doing that, take a free motion quilting class.
It's nice if you have a machine that also has a stitch regulator in it. And what does a stitch regulator do? It regulates your stitches, right?
Yeah.
The faster you go, the faster the needle comes down and makes a stitch. The slower you go, it follows your movement. So a stitch regulator is a very nice added addition on a machine if you can do that.
So right now you have the options of quilting it with an embroidery machine using programs or just using the same pattern over and over again. Like I said, the Luminaire and Solaris has that built in. Makes it easy for you. I couldn't believe how easy it was, and I couldn't believe how silly I was for not trying it sooner.
Yeah, you were intimidated, but
I know. There are other people like me out there, so I know that. The other option that you have is hand quilting, and if you can hand quilt, you have my utmost admiration, because that is something I have never been able to perfect, even when my hands did cooperate.
My grandmother hand quilted.
Your grandmother, they would sit down at the table, and they would all start quilting on the quilt and stuff, and it was quite amazing. But they hand quilted. So and of course you can always purchase your own long arm from home, and have your own long arm at home. We have the Regalia, which is a 20-inch.
But wait, I'm gonna do show and tell. If you're gonna talk about something,
Yes.
you need to tell me what's going on here.
So we have, Baby Lock has the Baby Lock Regalia. You can get that in a 10 or a 12-foot frame. You can even get it down on a 5-foot frame that is 20 inches throat space. So the throat space enables you to make a bigger pattern, so it basically you quilt your quilt faster. The shorter the throat space, the smaller the edge to edge is going to go across there. The bigger the throat space, the more it's going to go across, and the less you have to rehoop it or reframe it, or anyway.
The option with the Regalia is obviously you can either do it with the tablet, which has the built-in designs and it does it on its own, or you can do the free motion. If you look here, this is the front, that's the rear.
20 inches.
Along this table back in here, you can put what's called those pentagrams or pantographs, and you can actually follow design back and forth. So,
several options for you to quilt using that. So, and it also has a computerized option called Pro Stitcher. And Pro Stitcher, you plug in your quilt dimensions.
There's a tablet.
Built-in
design.
But it's called Pro Stitcher.
It is.
Okay, so you can use that to do it too. It's fascinating. We had one here at the house for a few years, and I loved it. It was so much fun. But that's a long arm with a 10, 12, or 5 foot frame. You can also, the Baby Loft came out with a brand new one this year, and it's called the Sit Down Regalia. And the nice thing about this is it has that 20-inch throat, so, but you use your hands to move the fabric, to design the feathers and all that stuff. So, and there is a stitch regulator on there too. So if you're not completely steady and you're afraid your stitches are going to look really big and small, really big, medium, that stitch regulator will prevent that from happening. The faster you move the fabric, the faster that stitch is going to go. You slow down, the same is going to slow down. Gives you that consistent stitch length. So
We're going to have this one. It is actually set up
Set
in Pueblo, but we're going to have some demos on it. We're going to start doing, Terry and I and anybody else over there, Christine or whoever's going to be over there, is going to start doing machines of the month. And the Regalia, actually the Allegro is our first machine of the month, but we're going to start working on this one. We're going to start moving the stores around, give it that good spring look.
yeah, freshen it
So,
up.
yeah, so we're going to freshen things up. We're going to move the Regalia into a different little area and give y'all the opportunity to come over and get some demos done. So
One thing I wanted to point out about this that they did this year, which I think is an awesome idea, you can either stand up and quilt. Some people would rather quilt standing up. They just, yeah, they feel like they're in more control. Or you can move these down and you can actually sit down and quilt. So this is either a stand up or a sit down quilting machine. Like he said, we do have one set up in Pueblo. If you're interested in taking a look at it, we will certainly
Take a
sit
test
down and
drive.
play with you with it, because it is a lot of fun. So quilting a quilt yourself is not impossible. Okay, it just takes time to learn the process. I know we're all busy, and I'm guilty of it too. I get a quilt done and I will give it to someone to quilt and to do it for me. We have several really great long armors at the shops, both in Pueblo and in Canyon City, and trust me, they get backed up. So sometimes if you have a quilt that you need to get done, you may be waiting a month, 2 months to get it back from the long armor. So I'm just trying to show you some options that you can do from home with the right tools and a few of the right apparatuses to help you do that, so that you're at home doing it.
wanted to welcome in a new person. You shouldn't have said you're a newbie because we know you're a newbie now. Jody. Jody
Hi,
says
Jody.
she's a newbie. Welcome.
Yeah.
This is not a professional show.
No.
We've been doing it for 2-3 years now, and we have not gotten any better.
And I don't
So-
expect to. So,
so
you get what you get.
This is it.
I want to mention too before we end things today. We're having we're doing something different. I mean, I don't know how we come up with these ideas, but they just pop into our heads.
Okay.
So-
You say different language. Wait a minute.
I know. So
Okay.
we're June 23rd, which is a Friday. We are going to have an all-day event at the Brookside Event Center, and it's called an all-day mystery block party. We're going to
right?
have 4 great teachers from First Stitches. We're going to have 4 mystery blocks that we're not going to tell you about, and it's just going to be a fun day. We're going to section off the event center into 4 different sections. We're going to have the 4 teachers will be teaching their block in each section, and then we're going to get together, and then have lunch. We're going to have prizes, and we're going to have gifts. We're going to have all kinds of goodies going on that day. It's just going to be a really fun time for all of us just to sit down, make some blocks that we don't know what we're making, and learn from some of our best teachers at First Stitches. So
Brookside
Yeah.
is a small, I'm going to say
it's
community.
not small,
Brookside is,
Yeah.
it's small.
1,300 square feet.
No, I'm not talking about the building. I'm talking about the community.
Oh, okay, sorry.
It's like Codell, Williamsburg, all that. Brookside is actually
Yeah.
a community, but it is a community center off of 115 in between Florence and Canyon City. It's on the south side, and you can see it. But you don't have the address on here. Anyway, we'll give you more information about where it's at. Just sign up because it is going to be a fun time. We've had a few events there. If y'all are
Yeah.
have been with us for a while, then maybe you've been there.
Yeah, we had a couple events, a couple really nice embroidery events, and then we had a serger event there one year. So it's a very nice facility. It's got a great kitchen. It's got lots of area, and I think it's going to be a blast. The block party is June 23rd. It's Friday. Okay, so if you need to plan your time off and get your quilt buddies together, so I think it's going to be a blast. It's going to be laid back. We're going to have some fun. On one of the flyers I did, I said expect spontaneous laughter. So we have it in our head how it's going to work. Now sometimes when it comes out of the head and actually gets to work, it's always a little bit different. But I think this will be a fun thing to try out. So
it'll be good.
Yeah.
It'll be good because it's going to give Canyon an opportunity, and Florence and in Pueblo, everybody,
Yeah.
to kind of come together.
and
'cause
we've
it's-
already got we're probably already about 20% full. So if
How
you're
many can we fit in there?
40.
40.
Yeah,
Oh.
so if you all are interested in doing this, I would sign up soon because I think it's going to fill up fast. I am going to advertise it immensely here starting in another week or so. And I would like to get some other people in. So if you know people like over the mountains or over on the plains in Kansas and stuff, tell them about it. Tell them to come in and spend a day. And we'll have some fun. I think it'll be a blast. Terry's looking forward to it, and all the teachers that are going to be teaching, they're already working and getting their stuff perfected and stuff. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun.
I need to make a few announcements, or do you want to talk about this one?
PJ does have a couple of seats open this week for this class, barn raising. This is on March 15th. I think it's Wednesday. So that one has filled up amazingly fast, but she still has a couple seats open for that. If you want to come and join PJ on March 15th, this coming Wednesday, sign up online, get your name on the list. And if it's sold out by the time you get there to do it, put your name on the waiting list. Seriously, there's always somebody that either gets sick or something happens and they can't come, and we will call you and we'll let you know, hey, we have a slot open. If you want to come in, you're welcome. So make sure you get your name on the waiting list.
Oh, as far as the machines, Karen, you've got to bring your own.
Bring your own. Yeah.
Yeah,
we're gonna bring some of ours just to have the demo and everything and show you some stuff. But this is
for you, and for you to get to be intimate with your own machine. So,
okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, it's the best.
There is
time,
no
so.
embroidery, so you don't need to bring an embroidery machine.
It's
That
just
it's
stitching.
going to be stitching, sewing. So
So it shouldn't
anyway,
be so bad.
but save the date, sign up soon because we will have to cut it off right at 40, and if we get more than that, then they'll have to go on a waiting list. So
You have to sit outside and look inside and
Yeah.
look what everybody's having fun.
anyway, go ahead.
Okay, a couple of announcements. The Royal Gorge Quilt Council is meeting today, and that is 729 Main Street at the Hive. It starts about 10 o'clock, so it gives me time to go take a shower and get ready and shave and things like that. There's also something going on at PCC, which is the Pueblo Community College in Fremont County, which is on the other side. That is at from the 20th, cat, 20th through the 24th, something called, well, it's a senior mini college. So a lot of people want to take some college classes for things they've always wanted to do. But a portion of this is going to be set aside for Little Quilts Go to College. So if you're interested, it's a mini quilt show from the 20th to the 24th. You can go over to the college and go in and see what a lot of people in the community have done. So it's kind of cool. If you want some more information, the number is 719-296-6101. What else I want to talk about is, we have daylight savings time.
We lose an hour.
We're losing an hour because we're going forward. Spring forward, everyone. And
Yeah.
if you remember, a year or two ago, the House and Senate passed the bill that we're supposed to get rid of it. So we're going to spring forward. And then in November, we're supposed to fall back, and that is supposed to be the last time. We go back to standard time, November 2023, and we won't have to ever talk about this again. Ha ha.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Right.
So anyway,
All right.
those are my announcements.
So
Now,
if you guys have any questions about what I did this morning with my quilt, let me know. So just shoot me an email or give me a buzz. Look, Emoji Bowl is back. Yay! So we're going to draw three prizes today. what we're giving away are these little mini charm things, or what are they called? Mini charms. I know, 2.5-inch squares, and there's quite a nice little bundle of them. These are charms, charm pack from Moda. Very pretty. This is called
Evermore.
Evermore. So very nice prints and everything. We're going to be giving that away today. And for you dog lovers out there, here's a cute little charm pack called Dog Days.
You could do that for your brother-in-law.
So he's not a dog person. He's
he's a cat person.
Yeah.
That's right.
So anyway,
I keep forgetting.
that's what we're giving away today. We're going to draw out 3 names. Are you guys ready? Woo! Okay.
Thank goodness for replays. Dogs do not lower blood pressure.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you there. Okay, first winner is Andrew Miller.
Yep, that's right.
Okay, Andrew Miller, you won. You can. We're
Okay,
gonna.
what we need to
I'll
do
do
though
this. We'll give you the
is-
Dog Days. How's that?
I don't know how we're gonna. Okay, you need to tell us where you're at and where this Dog Days needs to go.
Yeah.
You can either private messages or just stick it in the comments if you're still here and say, take it to Canyon, take it to Pueblo.
Yep.
And that's how we get it to you. You come by the store and you pick it up. So,
Next is going to be the cute little mini charm pack, and that is going to go to Sharon Wolgram. Very good. So we're going to put this here. Make sure you tell us where.
stick it on there.
Yeah, make sure you tell us where you want it to go, and we'll have it there. Should somebody win that's out of state, we'll ship it to you, but we need you to pay the shipping on it if that's okay. So here is the last one we're going to be giving away, which is Evermore. Very nice from, it's a charm pack from Moda. That one goes to Kathy Luzardo. Very good. So this is for Kathy Luzardo. Congratulations, you guys, on that. We're going to try to do prizes on intermittently, and so you'll never know when we're going to. So you'll have to watch every Saturday. But
yeah.
anyway.
And all the way to the end. So
Yeah,
you've got to suffer
so-
through 30 minutes.
Congratulations on those who won, and I really appreciate you guys tuning us in today. I hope you all have a great weekend. Enjoy the sunshine. It's gloomy this week.
We're not supposed to get any snow, are we?
What'd you do?
Hang on, just keep going.
Okay, so anyway, he's getting us ready to sign off. I don't know what he's doing.
No, just
So,
keep talking.
but,
You keep talking
okay.
there, you'll be all
Anyway,
right.
you guys stop in, see us. We do have some great deals on some machines this week, so see us then. And you
Yeah.
guys have a great weekend.
Now we got the music on.
Okay, we went over. Did you see that?
But we're still on.
I know, we gotta practice this because we don't hit each other.
Okay, good.
Okay. Bye guys, have a great weekend.